game. It's in the game.
We're just moments away from the action.
Next on Madden Football.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
The well-traveled Nick Folk has us set for a start, and we are underway here in Nashville. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. Leading them out is the Austin, Texas native. At quarterback, it's Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively, because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also, when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 14 yards there on the first play from scrimmage.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
They'll run it. Here's the rookie from Oregon. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
In motion right is Evans. Throwing, Mayfield. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The Bucs passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in to block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. In motion left, Godwin. To throw, Mayfield. Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Credit the sack there to Arden Key. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. That one good for 17 as they're set up better now for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce back play right there after taking a sack on 1st down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long.
Mayfield. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, On offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive. And how about this first drive? They're being aggressive, slinging it around.
Really confident, too, because they're not trying to fool them with running plays, throwing it, and they're being very successful right now.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Baker going to give it to Irving. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Here's Mayfield. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And the Buccaneers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
That's a big conversion there on 3rd down, and this has been a great opening drive. You know, at this point, they'd hate to settle for 3, but they've created a fresh set of downs and a 1st and goal.
First and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Now Mayfield. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A 1-yard touchdown pass. And the Bucs will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. They're the favorite, no question. And when they score like that on the opening drive to set the tone, you're the underdog on the other bench. That's hard, isn't it?
Yeah, because you can't bring the home crowd into it, because you're counting on that to be a part of your equalizer, ride their momentum. But you have to give them something to cheer for. So now what you're worried about is they're better than we are. We can't get going. Are we about to get blown out?
Good news, still a long way to go. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here are the Titans now for their first drive. They'll be led out by a 3rd-round pick back in 2018 out of Oklahoma State. It's Mason Rudolph.
And when Mason Rudolph is on the field, sometimes the scouting reports have to be revised a little bit because often quarterbacks like to throw short to get a rhythm. For Mason Rudolph, he loves the deep fade and he loves the deep post pattern. Anything over the top, those are his favorite shots downfield, and that's what gets him comfortable.
The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
Still 9 yards to go on 2nd down from the 27. Now Rudolph. Airing one out for Boyd. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Dancing to his left. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
That was a good effort there trying to do it on his own, but as a defender, you're in a tough spot because you have coverage responsibilities behind you, and if you take off too quick to try and get him down, he might loft it over your head.
So better to track with your man defensively than try to go up and make a stop on the quarterback.
Exactly right. What you're hoping is that your guys in the front 7 can get him down.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They'll be looking to duplicate that first drive, the one that got them that 7-0 lead.
Of course they would. And look, they're on the road, so getting the 7-0 lead was huge for them, right? Imagine getting up 2 touchdowns on the road, taking the crowd out of the game. It'd be ideal.
Mayfield to throw it. There's a short one taken in by Otten. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
And there wasn't much room for the big tight end to do much after the catch. But at least he was able to pick up a solid gain to help his offense continue to move in the right direction.
Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. Mayfield now. They've got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain of 32 that time. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Handoff running left, Irving, and he's got it to about the 40.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 6. Once again, it's Irving. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it, try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or also just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 26. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
As you know, so many things in the passing game are based on yardage. Sometimes it's just based on timing, and that's what we saw right there on that play. 3rd and 3, just get the ball right to the receiver.
This is the hitch route. Tell us, what is the hitch route?
Yeah, just take really one step like you're driving off the line of scrimmage, get the defensive back on his heels, get the ball out to the receiver, and he does the rest.
Mayfield looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Shepard. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st and 10, here's Irving. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Now 2nd and 3. Now back to throw. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Cade Otten from 3 yards out. And the Bucs go up by 2 touchdowns. Well, this has been a flawless start for them. They score, they get the stop, and they score again, Charles.
Complimentary football at its finest. You've just mentioned how they got it done. They scored. The defense got the ball back for them, They score again. That's the way you win ball games.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. So that drive goes 8 plays. And Cade Otton capped things off with a touchdown grab. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Titans coming back onto the field for their second drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. The throw here, right sideline, falls incomplete.
Well, congratulations to them. They come through defensively with another stop. And let's face it, this secondary, they've gone unchallenged so far in the first half.
Here's 2nd and 10. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Here's 3rd and 9. Rudolph looking to throw it. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
On 4th down, Ryan Stonehouse on to punt. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And a fair catch taken back near about the 35, 36-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established, they know how to push off at the end of a route too. End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain. So you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Now there's a short one taken in by Otton. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. 2 minutes to play first half. It's 14-0. They'll look to throw now on first down. Over the middle, complete. It's Shepard. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone, and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Completes this again to Shepard. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 27-yard line. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Give the sack to Jerome Baker. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack, get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that can spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for third down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
7th play of the drive upcoming here on 3rd and 6. That is caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Mike Evans, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Buccaneers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Well, just a sensational start for this offense, Charles. 3 drives, 3 passing touchdowns.
Is that like mentioning a perfect game in baseball, or are we cool to do it here in football, partner?
No, I think you can do it here in football. I think perfect game in baseball, that's its own category.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. Could not imagine a worse start for that secondary, or let's face it, a better one for this offense. No chance they stop passing now the way that it's going. I think they're going to continue to press the ball downfield and hopefully reap the same results.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 37. Rudolph. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10. Here's Rudolph. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Rudolph now to throw. He's got his target. That's complete. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Again, it's Rudolph. This is caught. It's Boyd. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Rudolph looking to throw. Throw to the right, caught by Okonkwo. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. Back to the air, Rudolph. Got a man, and it's taken in for a Titans touchdown. Nick Westbrook-Akine in the final seconds of the first half. And the Titans are on the board here in the final seconds of the first half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. That time, a 6-play drive, and it ends with a Tennessee score. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. And with time running down, they go down to a knee. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break, but I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Titans going to get the ball to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back to it on EA Sports. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Out come the Titans now. They'll have it first on offense to start the third. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Here's Rudolph. Boyd's the target, and he has it over the middle. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And this is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose, and that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a play fake, and it's Rudolph. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for him. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
2nd and 10. They'll fake it. Now Rudolph. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Jordan Whitehead. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
They were well aware of the scoreboard as they went into halftime, and they know how tough it's been to put up any kind of points. But if there's a positive after that play, is that they were able to take a shot at the end zone on their opening drive of this half. The negative, though, that shot at 6 ended in an interception, and we know that's not going to jumpstart this struggling offense.
The Buccaneers offense and Baker Mayfield set to take over once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the sticks.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Quick throw caught by Godwin. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the defense not able to get it. From a defensive perspective, what's that moment like when you realize the ball is loose?
It is a moment where all concentration goes right to the football. This is something you've talked about in all your preparation for the game. You probably talked about since training camp. Knock the ball free, take it away from the other team, and now you have that chance. There's a little bit of deflation when they end up recovering it.
They knocked it free, but couldn't take it away.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
A run up the middle with Irving. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Godwin, the motion man. Mayfield. To Shepard, complete over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them, and these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Shepard goes in motion. Throwing, Mayfield. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that'll make it second down. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. They got 5 through the air last play, now 5 on the ground. 1st and 10.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. Here's Mayfield. And he's got it. A gain of 7 that time. Second goal.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a second defender. But the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Second and goal from the 1. White is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
McLaughlin now to add the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A little jet sweep to start the drive. And that is not fooling anyone. He never had a chance to turn the corner there, and they'll go backwards right away.
Well, as a wideout, when you take that handoff and you're coming around the edge, you're expecting to see nothing but empty space in front of you. But if not...
well, things can go south in a hurry, and that's exactly what we saw on that play with a loss. Now it's Rudolph. That's complete. It's Josh Wiley. So 8 yards on the completion there, and now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. In motion right here, Boyd. From the gun on 3rd down, it's Rudolph. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. It's a return of 5 following a punt of 42 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Buccaneer offense set to take over again. And as we look back at how we got here, you'll notice a common theme in these highlights. A lot of yardage through the air. The passing game has been sharp right from the outset. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on second and less than a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Irving. They find some open field here. And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Nashville. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on first down quickly negated. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10.
They have 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
On 3rd down, they go with Irving. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this one sails out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25. It will. 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Tennessee offense set to go again. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Back to throw, Rudolph. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
I wonder if they're wandering back to the huddle thinking to themselves, can we just hit rewind and go back a play? Definitely not the down they wanted to begin this drive by giving up a sack. But for the defense, that's exactly how they drew it up.
Now then, after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Now Rudolph. A short throw taken in by Okonkwo. That'll go for a gain of 7. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. Play action. It's Rudolph. Open man, Westbrook-Ikhine. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Big gains in succession. Last one was over 20. This one over 30. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Well, hang on now. We're going to pause here. We've got an injured player. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. Second down and 4. And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. Rudolph looking to throw it. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
But they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Rudolph going to throw again. And this one too low. Well, it just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
And that's complete to Westbrook-Ikhine. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. 4th down, desperation time for Rudolph. And it's caught. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find,
Plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete passer we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And he wisely will throw that one away.
All right, Captain, it's batten down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you've kind of run out of your running plays. Fire another one into the end zone.
Now Rudolph with 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. Oh, they go with a tight end carry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Josh Wiley taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Titans have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively, though, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, yeah, you know,
doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
So 2 scores down. Time definitely not an ally, but here comes the onside kick. And the Buccaneers able to recover. Their hands team does its job. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. The Buccaneers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time. We've got to have 2 hands on the football here as they run on 1st down. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now Tennessee going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. Third down and 1. They'll try and run here with Irving. And, boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Chase McLaughlin now for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Titans set and ready to go on offense. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. Here's Rudolph. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down. I think this is what this game's become now. Just go deep, see if we can get something to go our way.
Yeah, not the most creative or most inventive play call there, but not much has worked for them throughout this game. They're almost at a loss about what to dial up.
Rudolph. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Rudolph looking to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. That'll give them 8 that time, and that's going to make it 4th down.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. One last throw here for Rudolph. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have a first down here at about the 40. So fire the cannons. It's a victory here for Tampa Bay. And even playing on the road, the class of this ball club just too much to overcome.
Yeah, deep down, I think even the fans knew how this one was going to turn out. All right, they just came to support their team, hoped they'd see some good football, and they did. But they didn't really expect their team to win. In fact, they probably came in and said, let's win the tailgate, because that's where we have the advantage, and I bet they did that.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we sign off from Nashville.